John is such a well-rounded person. He finds a way to focus on so many things at one time, but it's clear his family always comes first.
He's always thinking of other people, never of himself.
When you talk with him, his integrity naturally flows out. His commitment to excellence is just clear. Those are some of the reasons why I think he's been very successful.
We didn't have a lot growing up, but one thing that my mother instilled in all of us was the golden rule, right? Treat others as you want to be treated, and do the right thing, and help others that need help. My father died when I was 2, and so my mother raised us. I grew up in East Point, down near the Atlanta airport. When my mom died, I moved in with one of my sisters down in Peachtree City. My wife and I grew up in the same area, went to the same high school together. We're high school sweethearts. I was a very serious college student. My sophomore year, I sort of stumbled into accounting. Somebody said we ought to think about being a business major. And I took a couple of accounting classes and was fortunate to have a very good professor who was fun and made it seem pretty interesting.
I first met John 37 years ago, 1982. I was a senior at the Tull School of Accounting, and I was interviewing for a job. John was with EY, and I met him there. We hit it off very quickly, and he was a major part of my decision to go to work for EY.
The very first job I worked on was the Coca-Cola audit. It was obviously one of the largest and most prestigious clients globally in the firm, and I spent the bulk of my first 11 years working on Coke and recruiting at Georgia.
When I became director of the Tull School of Accounting back in 2005, and John was serving on our advisory board at the time, he was instrumental to our first ever firm campaign that raised $1 million for the Tull School of Accounting.
The thing about accounting is people think you just sit around and crunch numbers all day, and nothing could be further from the truth. You know, accounting and what we do is about being able to deal with people, interact with people, inspire a team to work with you. The people side of business was something I was just very interested in.
The last 9 years of my career with EY, we were responsible for about 1,600 to 1,700 people. And when we finished what we were trying to accomplish, it had grown to almost 5,000. Having John be part of that team really was the element to our success, because he led a growth strategy around what we wanted to accomplish in a way that people really wanted to participate. And that's why he just had to be part of that leadership team.
John has given his heart and soul to the university in so many ways, and I've seen it firsthand. I know how much he's committed to the school, to the faculty, to the students. He helped build curriculum so that the students were learning what we need them to know when they get out of college, and he's mentored so many students over the years.
I had not been in Atlanta living here, but approximately 6 to 8 weeks before he says to me, we have to go to Athens. And we have to go to Athens because you've got to visit the University of Georgia. It's really important to our practice, and it's really important to EY. And John knows I'm a big, strong University of Alabama fan. I grew up in Alabama. I grew up in Tuscaloosa. And he was bound and determined, like everybody else that knows him, to make sure that we were going to make Carol and John Lloyd University of Georgia Bulldog fans, and that we are.
This is a special time for the Terry College. From our fabulous new facilities, the business learning community now being completed, all of those are really impacted by our alumni. John is kind of the person who serves, he leads, and then also he supports everything that we're doing.
I started out a family that no one graduated from college. Lost parents very young, but had other people supporting me. I wound up finding a great job, marrying a great woman. We have fantastic kids, had a lot of career success. I've had a lot of personal success. The family is at the center of all of that, every bit of it. And I think it truly is the American dream.